I'm Bill Bradbury. I'm the Assistant Chief of Police at the Union City, Indiana Police Department. I'm also the full-time school resource officer here at the Randolph Eastern Schools. And this is my class that we're in, my criminal justice class for juniors and seniors. And we're working on use of force training today. We do a lot of practical exercises here in the class to get the kids doing some hands-on stuff. So we do stops training, we do physical tactics training. All of that, for them to be able to participate in those events, they got to understand use of force. So we've had lectures with use of force, and we talk about the Union City's use of force continuum, when you can use force, what level of force you can use, going from hands-on techniques to less lethal techniques to even lethal force. So we studied case law, we talked about different things, and then we were able, through the police department and the school, we were able to get our hands on this simulator here. It's called a FATS laser shot simulator. It's a firearms training simulator, but we look at it as more than that. We look at it as a use of force simulator. It puts the students into situations where they could be on traffic stops, they could be just on general patrol, responding to a disturbance, to an active shooter type of event. All kinds of different situations that officers can be in, but the great thing about this type of training, it's not just a video game where you show up and you start shooting your gun. It's a situation where the officers, the students show up and they have duty belts with the training firearms, they have a training taser, a training pepper spray, and they can apply that different level of force. So they show up, they use good communication skills. If the person becomes assaultive or a threat of assault through the video simulator to the officers, then the officers can use a less lethal type of force. So sometimes they pull the taser, sometimes use pepper spray. If they give really good verbal commands, we can have the person even comply. We can push a button through the computer and have the person comply, and the officer gets that voluntary compliance, which is our goal that we're looking for anyway. And then there's those situations where the officers need to protect themselves or someone else from a lethal encounter, so they'll use their firearm. And the interesting thing about that I found with my last class as well as this class here is they had questions about when we use lethal force, do we just shoot to kill? And that's not what we do. We're trained as officers to shoot to stop the threat. So if someone is trying to kill someone else or kill us, then we try to stop the threat. So that the student also asked, well, why don't you just shoot him in the leg? Well, I could tell them how difficult it is to do in real life, but they're just listening to me talk. But putting them into the simulator, the students would tell you, they were able to see how difficult it is to put those precision shots in when people are moving, when the event is changing, and their heart rate gets going doing these events. Put yourself in the shoes of a police officer so that you do these scenarios correctly. Think about the total use of force. Try to get voluntary compliance, not just lethal force.
This Crabtree apartment complex again.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, y'all talk about that? Hey, Rookie, man, go over there and take care of that.
Send the rookie to
Hey, come back here.
Sir, please put the gun down.
Hey, man,
Sir, please put the gun
I didn't
down.
do anything.
Sir, please put the gun down.
Man, she cheated on me, man.
Please put the gun down.
Man, just leave me alone.
Sir, please.
Yes, sir.
Come over there.
What do you want me to do?
Hey, sir, stop. Put your hands up, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Let me see your hands, get on the stomach. Lay on your stomach, get on the ground.
Just keep going. Everything's going to be all right.
Lay on the side. Hey, no, let me see your hands. Let me. All right. Come on.
This has been an excellent 2 days of training for our class here. The students did great. I'm very proud of the students, understanding the level of force, when to use it, what level they can use.